Okay, now I'm really confused.
Forget turning into the moon. My girlfriend got robbed of being the Avatar.
Sorry, bro.
The Avatar cycle is an item of great mystery, a blend of reincarnation and inheritance of mystical power. How much of this cycle is predetermined? So what happens when your avatar disappears for 100 years, therefore trapping the spirit of Raava with him? The schedule gets a little backed up, that's what. And Princess Yue would have been a pretty cool avatar, far different from both Korra and Aang. So let's take a look and see if this was even possible to begin with.
Zhu Li, do the thing.
So here's what we know. Princess Yue was born silent and was revived using the energy of the moon spirit. This gives us the idea that she was supposed to inherit the spirit of Raava, making her Aang's successor as Avatar. Since Raava was still within Aang, frozen in a southern iceberg, Princess Yue could not inherit the spirit. This missing piece is noted as the reason for her silence. And the moon spirit replaced the void left by Raava with its own energy. This theory is fairly plausible, as her birth would have been around the time of Aang's death if he had lived a normal life cycle, providing he survived the Fire Nation's onslaught. Yue is also noted as taking an avatar-like role during her life. The Avatar is meant to be a bridge between humans and spirits. She's a blend of those two things. Her sacrifice to revive the moon spirit helps restore order and balance, as an Avatar is meant to. All this lines up to make her a likely candidate to be Avatar. On to a more hypothetical. So, Yue is Avatar. What kind of world is she an Avatar in to start? Had Aang survived the onslaught of the Fire Nation, would he have been able to help stop the spread of the Fire Nation? If he wasn't able to rally the forces to defeat the Fire Nation, the hope of the other nations would still have been greater overall. The Avatar didn't disappear. He was still seen. Word would have spread that there was still hope. Also, with the Airbender still alive, the Fire Nation would not have tore through the Southern Water Tribe looking for a waterbender at the time. The Avatar was still an Airbender, and the next Avatar would not have been born yet, meaning Hama would likely not have been imprisoned, and a lesser chance of that bloodbending would have been created. Down the line, that would lessen the chance that Amon would have risen as he did. Depending on how well known Aang's death was, the Fire Nation would then be seeking a waterbender once again, putting many in danger. The Northern Water Tribe was much more well defended than the South, ensuring a higher chance at safety for the princess. One detriment to that is that the South would have been ravaged first. With Aang's death being recent, the new Avatar would have to be a child, making Katara's mother unable to lie to protect her daughter. Katara would have either been killed on the spot as her mother had been, or imprisoned like Hama had. A grim fate for one of our former heroes. So they find out the princess is the Avatar. Now who's going to teach her? There's a chance that Master Pakku would have been her waterbending master, as he may have made an exception in his rule for the Avatar herself. If he had not changed his mind, it may have fallen to Yagoda to teach Yue, preventing her from learning much about combat and putting her at more of a risk. Yue's earthbending master is more of a mystery. It could be Toph, but there is a chance they would not have crossed paths. Yue would not have the advantage of a flying bison for travel. Maybe it could have been Haru, or Bumi, who may have felt the need to train the successor to his longtime friend. The Fire Nation may have been less focused on the Earth Kingdom as the new Avatar was a waterbender, who there was still a high chance they had not found yet, lowering the chances that Bumi would be imprisoned. So he could have taught Yue. Firebending Master is even harder to predict. Zuko may still be a contender if he had a change of heart once again, or Iroh doing so in secret to aid the White Lotus. An airbending master would be the most difficult of all to come by. With the Fire Nation as a constant threat, the likelihood that Aang settled down to have a family is slim, meaning he would have truly been the last airbender. For Yue to learn, she would have to get unconventional, enter in the air bisons, who are still alive and well. She would have to go back to the source and learn the technique from those creatures as some of the first airbenders had. Her training could still be completed, but there would be some complications along the way. There is some naysay to this theory, as with all. Firstly, Yue was never shown to be a waterbender, so how could she be the Avatar? Well, the loss of Raava may have cost her the ability to bend water. Second, can we be sure Aang would have survived long enough for Yue to be born? We can't, but fate may have been kind to him, giving him the longevity to continue fighting to restore balance. All that said, we do have one more ace in the hole for this theory. The The fact that the Avatar hood fell to Korra at all could be placed as evidence that it was meant for Yue. Korra and Yue are related. Korra's father was in line to be the chief of the northern tribe before he was banished, in line to be chief from a long line of chiefs. But both were still princesses of the north by blood, sharing a connection that the cycle still followed. Raava just had to skip a couple generations. And so the Avatar line continues on without Yue. Korra is a wonderful and powerful Avatar, but it is always fun to consider what may have been. What if the Avatar was Sozin instead of Roku? Who would have been after Yue if she had been the Avatar? Who is after Korra? So many questions, not enough answers. Maybe one day, but for now, take a break, do some penguin sledding, and we'll catch you next time. See you later.